Only thing I need to change now is if anybody's not following you on Twitter, which is the worst thing ever, we need to fix that.
What's that?
Because right now above you is Reset Tanner. You're not Tanner.
Oh,
You
that's
don't even,
okay.
you don't even look like Tanner, you poser.
God damn it, the reset button. Damn you, the.
Yeah, we're crafty like that. We are some crafty folks. I see you, Mega Silver. You're already here.
LC, that's one L and one C.
Yep.
Okay. Twitch.tv/TheResetButtonLC.
Yep. The reset button loading complete.
Alright, we're green.
We good. We good. What's going on, guys? What's going on?
Are we live?
Yes.
Well, damn it. Hello. Hey, everybody. How are you? First thing on the to-do list.
I do the same
new
thing
intro.
to Tanner. I do that to Tanner every time.
That's great. Hey, guys. What's up? I'm here.
Hi, I'm Patrick. That's Salt Lord.
I'm Sean. Got a
Keller
fart.
says you are Salt Lord. Well, you did get that huge bag of salt, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I get passionate about games and people think I'm really mad, but I'm just excited.
I doubt you're mad. I doubt it.
I'm mad at some people, but I can't get mad at games. I only get mad at myself.
Video games are wonderful, guys. They are fantastic, okay?
Yeah, they're all right. What do we have going on? What's on the docket for tonight?
Oh, we are going to talk about some awesome stuff. Actually, we're going to talk about things that have just really disappointed us and took the piss out of us. So that's what we're going to talk about here. I'm going to get started. For March 31st, this is Super Reset Brothers. I am Patrick, and with me this week, no Tanner. I guess the wildebeest killed him again. We've got instead Sean Madman Bolin. Your name is now Madman.
Yeah, thanks for that. Forever.
Forever. You could get that as a tattoo now, right?
For all time. Yeah, I could. But I'm not going to. I'm broke. But I would. If I could.
Awesome. What's been going on?
Nothing, man. Just work. Lots of stuff going on at Screw Attack. We migrated over to Rooster Teeth, and that was a huge success. So that's awesome, and everybody's been real cool about it. And working on lots of top tens and writing, and shorts are coming up here in a little bit. I'm gonna start filming those. So good stuff, man. Going back old school style. So.
Sweet. And of course, the big thing you have to promote, since everybody's here, new video game.
Yeah,
New
totally,
video
man. AVGN 2 release,
Yep.
man. Assimilation, man, so great. Played it for a long time, all of us. It took me, man, I played it for like an entire workday, and I played on normal, and I couldn't beat the less. I could have with more time, but I didn't ever beat it. But yeah, all of us were just like, because we were playtesting it like in the office, because we have like 14 people, so we're like looking for bugs and stuff, and it was fun looking at everybody getting mad. But Austin, our games guy, just been busting his ass like crazy, and he's just yeah.
Oh
And
yeah,
when you release the game, like that's when like he's been working like all this time, and like he released today, and it's not like he releases it and like he can like take a breather. Like the work just hits everyone involved even harder because now it's out. It's like you gotta
oh yeah.
promote it, get the word out, get people get eyes on it, and so we've got some cool stuff going on with that. So it's been really good. Everybody's having a really good time, and Chad was watching some Twitch streamers play it today, and man, it was really fun. It was fun to watch him watch someone else play the game. Like it was cool. It was good. So yes,
that's
go
what I was
buy it
thinking.
if you haven't already. And the soundtrack's $10. You could have got it for free, but you didn't because you didn't pre-order. But yeah, check it out, and man, it's good.
That's actually a good point I was thinking of with that game too, because first and foremost, Austin, thanks for hooking me up with the copy. Appreciate it, man. And I got to play it a little bit before it came out, and I thought, a lot of Twitch streamers are going to jump on this simply because, like, no major spoilers or anything like that, but there's some stuff you can collect in each level, and there's, like, some different power-ups you can collect, too. So it's not going to be a game that you could just shoot through really quick.
Yeah, and like on my playthrough, I only found one of like the power ups that you get, and it's like a cosmetic upgrade as well as like it'll give you like a new ability, just like Mega Man X. And like on my playthrough, I only found one of them, and I don't know how many there are, but there's a lot.
There's a lot
and,
like Mega Man X.
Yeah, and I only found one. It was like a charge shot that like made like charge blasts like really badass, and like I found it and I was like, oh my god, like I should have been keeping a better eye out. So yeah, it was
Yeah, and that's a pretty good power up for everybody who's playing it right now, because I don't want to spoil too much of it, but there's a lot of mini boss fights that happen in the game, and getting that charge shot is going to help tremendously. So if you're playing right now and you haven't gotten it, keep looking for it.
yeah.
It's going to be.
And it's good.
super
Like
helpful.
when I found that, I was like, aha, look what I did. Like it was a good, Mega Man X-ish find. That sense of discovery and like I did awesome, and now I'm gonna kick more ass because of it. So
There you go. There you go. But you and I, what we were going to talk about this week, and I'm sure everybody's going to love this, is like super hyped up games that everybody told you, like, guarantee is going to be the most awesome game you're going to pick up this year, and it just fell flat. Just complete suck in a box.
Mhm.
And
And I think-
I've got one right off the top of my head. Do you have one?
yeah, no, you go first.
Oh, because this one, I already let you know about it, but I'm going to throw this down for everybody else. The one I can think of right now in like the modern era of gaming that everybody kept talking about was going to just change everything, just change the way you play video games, was Titanfall. And that didn't happen at all, if anybody recalls. That didn't come even close.
Why,
In terms
why,
of that-
why do you think that is? Like, what did you not like about Titanfall?
Well, here's the thing. Here's the funny part about it. I think Titanfall is a pretty decent video game. As a matter of fact,
I would totally agree with you.
Yeah, I saw a recent copy of it. It was like $10, and I was like, yeah. I skipped the one on PC for $5 because it didn't have much of a player base going on. But you know what?
I hit the bargain
I'm
bins
gonna pick it
really fast especially on Xbox One. Man, it was maybe like 4 or 5 months in, and I was seeing copies for like $15-20 in the bargain bin at game stores. It was weird.
Yeah, it didn't hit, and the whole thing just went down faster than I could ever expect. Like a year after its release, most of the player base already completely gone. And honestly, what I would attribute that to, because I was watching an episode of Game Theory earlier where it said, gamers don't want what they say they want, because they're like, we want innovation, we want something new. And here comes something like Titanfall, which I think you can agree does bring some really innovative, different stuff to the table in terms of gameplay. And nobody was having it. They were just like, no, we don't like this game.
I mean,
Blew my mind.
I don't think that's the case necessarily. I mean, the game reviewed well, and like, it was fun. Like, it was good. I thought it was. I don't know. I was a little disappointed in the AI and that promotional trailers and gameplay debuts for that made the AI seem like they were like something to be scared of and like something that would make the game better. I think the AI kind of made the game weaker. Like, I don't, but that's like a balancing thing. Like those battlefields, those big battlefields, just would have felt so empty without them. So I guess they needed to be there. But I think the problem with Titanfall is like I think people bought it and played it and liked it, but then I think it doesn't have the spicy meatball customization, prestiging, the sense of growth that
progression. It lacks progression.
Yeah, it doesn't have the progression that keep you there past the 25 to 30 hour mark. Like, you kind of hit that. Like, I thought Titanfall was awesome, and I was gonna play it forever, and then it got like 20 hours. I was like, this is getting a little bit stale, and then it was like 25, 30. Yeah, I was just like, stop playing it. Which is a good question for you. Like, in Titanfall, did awesome stuff happen so often that it became not cool anymore? It's like you're ejecting off Titans and like calling in like mechs on top of other mechs and shooting people out of the air. Like everything that happens in Titanfall is usually like the most badass thing ever. Like,
yeah, you've got a really good point, to the point where like you can, as just a player without your own Titan, you could just climb up on the other guy and just like, attack him, blow his Titan up. You're zipping around, doing like wall jumps, shooting people with automatic tracing pistols. You've got an amazing point there, where it's just like, just about everything that happens in this game is just pure like action movie badassery, to the point where it probably does get a little stale.
Yeah. And that's why those first trailers like were so impactful, because everything. I mean, do you remember that first trailer? Like, man, like at the end of the trailer, like he ejected and then like landed on a Titan, and like it was just like, oh my god, this is incredible. But then like when you play the game, like that every second is like that, which is awesome for like a label on the back of the box. But man, like, I don't know, like those special moments become less special because they happen like 2 or 3 times a match. So
yeah, to the point where like after a while almost step by step what's going to happen, and what was amazing when you first saw it, now it's just like whatever, who cares? Yeah. That's a big problem.
Yeah, I mean it's a good problem to have, and like, but yeah, like I made like 2 highlight reels of Titanfall, and then like I was like, well, don't think anything. Like, I think I've hit just about every badass situation that's ever going to happen in this game, so, like, there's nothing really new that's going to happen, so. But
I also think, like, the lack of creativity that you were saying, like, you can't customize, and there's only, like, so many Titans, I think that's a huge problem with it, too, to the point where it's just, like, another problem, you can't have new situations because you're so limited to what you can actually use.
But, on the other hand, that game was incredibly balanced, and it ran like a dream. I don't think there's, besides like, I don't think there's a game for me server side that's ran better than Titanfall. Like I just remember that netcode being just so tight, and being like, man, there's no lag ever in this game.
I didn't have any drops, even in the PC version, which probably pushed my PC way more than what Xbox One could ever hope to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, didn't have any problems then either.
Yeah.
But what was your game?
Oh man, I got a lot. I'll assume we'll talk about more than one, hopefully.
Go for
it. I guess Watch Dogs is like the first game that comes to mind.
I knew you were going to say it.
But like, the thing is, like, Watch Dogs was a letdown, not because it was like it released and was like a 3, like this is awful game. Like it just wasn't the game that defined what next gen is. You know, the way they marketed that game was just, they should have been like, look how cool this is, you can hack shit, not this is the game that will define the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. This is wrong.
No, I don't think it defined much of anything, but a different way to look at GTA.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I bought Watch Dogs and I played it to completion, and like I got my 40 or 50 hours out of the game. I played it a lot. I think the shootouts and like the cover system like works really well, and like when you're taking cover and somebody shoots at you, like you're behind a car and somebody shoots at you. Right. You see the bullets and sparks hit in the side of the car. It was like The Division, the first Division trailer, the first ever, where like the guy was getting shot at and you saw the bullet holes like come through the glass, and like it was really visceral and like it felt like you were getting shot at. Watch Dogs had that in a pretty good way in its shootouts, and I liked that a lot. And you could kill people in pretty creative ways with the hacking, and there was car crashes happening all the time and like flipping out of control. But yeah, at the end of the day, it was just like, man, that was not what they showed us at all.
Yeah, I felt that they tried to market it as like, I hate to say it this way, and I hope people understand what I'm saying when I say this. They market it as a smarter game, a smarter, more thought-out game where you would have to think of different ways, like to take on various missions through hacking, through different things like this. But it turned into like a variant of GTA, where you could just be as chaotic as you want to be, use hacking to do whatever, and you don't really have to think.
Yeah, instead of using your detective vision, you just hack somebody's cell phone to know where the next waypoint is.
Yeah, it's a huge letdown.
I get what you're saying. And, I mean, like, the ways... There were some... I think that vehicular combat is, like, the only real way that changed anything, rather than just, like, shooting out tires from your driver's seat while you're driving. Like, you were activating drawbridges and, like, obstacles and stuff like that. But, yeah, just... It wasn't... It's such a dumb story, man. Like...
Yes, I didn't care for the story. That's probably what bored me the fastest, because... Yeah, it tries to get you entrenched in the story where this guy is, like, hell-bent on revenge, but I didn't care.
Yeah, especially when he's murdering everyone in the city. It's like...
What sense does that make, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, why is he murdering tens of thousands of people because his niece got killed? Because of him. Like, it's his fault. Like,
it was his fault.
Like, oh, God.
It absolutely was his fault that, like, all that happened, the death of his niece and all this mess that happened to his family, it was completely his fault. And what's his answer? What are we supposed to be, harmonizing with? This guy that goes out and he's murdering, like, all sorts of people throughout the city because something happened to his family.
And they tried to put in that morality system, and it's just like, who gives a fuck? I'm going to accidentally kill everyone and just take my morality slider all the way to the negative. But, I'm trying to think of, are there any older games that you can think of? Like, pre-internet days, wherever, before we just bitched about everything. Can you think about anything where, like, you were a little kid that you were hyped for a game, and you got it, and you were just like, oh, this kind of sucks?
Way back when, I'm probably going to say this, and some people are going to be like, oh man, you were just watching an AVGN episode, but no, this is true. And if anybody gets offended by it, I don't know what to tell you. I got, for my 8th birthday, I got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the video game, the first one. Not the arcade game, the fun one, the first one. And me being, like, a huge fan of the cartoon series, I was like, this is going to rock. No. That is not what that game did at all. It was just bad. I didn't understand what was going on to the point where, like, the different enemies showing up, it didn't make sense. What to do half the time didn't make sense. How you're supposed to get past certain levels, again, didn't make sense. Nothing made sense with this game. And you were thinking, well, it's back in the day, you could just use your instruction manual, and that can help you along. Instruction manual didn't help with shit. It was So bad, so disappointing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever had the chance to really sit down with it and get the same experience that I did, but it's just like some of the stages where it's just like, oh, turtles are going swimming through the ocean, and it's hilarious because the new AVGN pokes a lot of fun at that game too.
Yeah.
Pokes
Yeah,
a lot of
totally.
fun
It
at it.
really does. Um, I have a special place in my heart for that game because it was my first memory of understanding how buttons on a controller work. I remember one of my earliest video game memories. I was at my aunt's house because we were going to church camp, and I was in the first sewer levels with what I thought were face huggers when I was a little kid because I was still young enough that I had already seen aliens because my parents were dummies and but whatever. But I remember trying to jump. There was a high ledge to my right, and in that game when you jump and you go into like your little front flippy things,
Yeah.
and I kept jumping straight up, and I wasn't pressing the directional buttons because I was so young I didn't understand that you needed to jump and then move over. You know, I
Hmm.
thought if I just kept hitting A and jumping straight up, he was just supposed to go over there. And I remember my aunt, who didn't play video games at all, she was like, try moving over when you jump. And she did. And, like, I was like 5 or 6, and it clicked in my head, like, oh my god, I jump and then move over. And that's how I got, like, up onto this like, higher ledge. And that's, like, a really early memory for me. That's all I ever think about when I think of the TMNT. And the seaweed level, that was, like, everybody knows about that.
That one was just tedious and ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then, of course, now this scene's infamous. In one of the warehouses on the second stage, where you don't have to jump over this little piece missing, just walk over it. And that always messed me up as a kid because I kept forgetting it.
Yeah.
And you would think, oh, you'll remember this one spot, but you're too busy trying to remember all the other dumb garbage that's flying at you in that game.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah, that one. I mean, there were other disappointments. Like, I wish A Boy and His Blob was a bit more, you know, shall we say, easy. Well, not really easy, just understandable when you're playing that. I like A Boy and His Blob, but think of like, a 7-year-old you trying to figure that game out. You don't stand a chance. You
Yeah.
just don't.
Yeah, and
But
there's
I would say that that's the worst one.
Titanfall or TMNT.
TMNT.
Yeah.
I'd
Man.
say in terms of disappointing NES games, that has to be number one.
Yeah. Man, NES games.
Yeah, that's probably it. What would you say yours is?
Man, there's games that have come out recently that like I was really hyped for, and then with work and the volume of quality releases nowadays, like there's no downtime in video games anymore. As far as like, oh, there's this slow season, I'll play this game, until the holiday. Like that doesn't exist anymore. Like I've just altogether skipped games that I was really excited to play just because like I heard one bad thing about them, and that's enough to where I was like, I just have to skip that. I don't have time for that shit. I have to focus on just the good ones. I was really disappointed with Uncharted 3 the first time I played through it for some reason. I'm not really sure why. I wasn't feeling it. But I played through it again and I got over it. Crash Bandicoot 2, I think, was a big disappointment to me. This is interesting. I bought it for $20 that I'd saved up for like 3 weeks, whatever. And I bought it and I beat it in like 2.5 hours. Like I just blitzed it. I got the crystals and I beat the game. Like just ran straight through it. Like it was nothing.
Wow.
I was like, I don't know. I guess I was like 12 or 13, maybe younger. Let's see, 96, 97. It would have been 90, 98. Yeah, okay, I was probably 11 or 12. And I remember I was so mad that I cried. I went to my mom's room and I was like, I was basically, in an 11-year-old's voice, I was like, fuck this. I spent all my money on it. I don't have any money left, and I just beat it, and there's nothing left, and I fucking hate it. And And she was like, and again, like somebody that didn't play video games at all just gives me this great lesson in video games. She goes, "Well, did you do everything you can do in it?" And I was like, "No, I guess not." And then it took me like 30 hours to 100% it and like get all the secrets and stuff like that because I was shitty at the rest of the game. But yeah, I don't, man, just there's been games recently that I just like I just had to skip altogether. I can't even think of what they are. Just, especially this past holiday, and like I'm even thinking towards the future. I'm like, man, I'll have to probably skip Doom and Mirror's Edge because I just won't have time.
Wow, that's hardcore.
Yeah, because it won't be good enough. I'll just have to find something else. But
I don't think there is such a way to skip Doom. I don't think that happens.
yeah, did you watch
We'll
Did you watch any of the Rooster Teeth thing that they did? Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't see any of that. The last bit of Doom footage I saw was when we were covering E3.
Okay, yeah. Man, they did this thing. Michael from Achievement Hunter and like iJustine and Sniper Wolf and Adam Kovic from Funhouse. They teamed up with all these athletes from the NFL, and they did like an 8-team Doom like multiplayer tournament. And so like that was like the first time I've seen like Doom like the multiplayer outside of like a controlled environment of people actually playing it. And it's just like, man, what's old is new again, like totally.
I've got to see this.
Like
Hands down, I've got to see it.
They did a live stream. It was a lot of fun. But like, man, just nobody was hiding at all. You know, it's not like Call of Duty where you're like using cover or anything. It's just like, I'm a fucking maniac, die! And just, you know, it's all about strafing and jumping and blowing each other away. And it was just like, it's weird that a game like that, you know, like Unreal Tournament, you know, like Quake 3 Arena, you know, best ever, like those like kind of fell away, and just like you would like just me thinking about games like that, you're like, whatever, I wouldn't be interested in a game like that now. Like shooters have evolved so much, but just seeing like raw, like running, like non-stop moving, blowing people away in like ultra violence, it was like, man.
And that is exactly what I think will help the shooter genre a lot, because in terms of it, it's been way too Call of Duty for way too long. And I think like going back to old school is going to help things tremendously.
Yeah,
like what you were saying, you saw Doom, and that's a complete difference from what you have right now, where like it's constant action, constant movement. And there's a new Unreal Tournament game out right now, and I don't know how many people even know that.
Yeah, we were talking about that. It's like a fan thing, is it not? Or the community created, or?
Well, the community's working on mods and whatnot, but Epic is the one who did that. Like,
okay.
Yeah, their hands are like actually in it, and it plays just like old school UT. It's just got a few extra like ways to dodge, slide, things like that. But it's UT. It is straight up Unreal Tournament, and that's the scary part.
Is it free to play?
How many people? Yes, it's free to play.
That's why like.
I guess
for me,
free to play scared them away.
Yeah, for me is like if it was like Unreal Tournament for $40, I'd have been like, "Yep, bought it, done." But you know, I think I heard about it, a free to play Unreal Tournament a while ago, but I was just like, you know, whatever. Like
the term scares you away, free to play.
Yeah, I don't think it scares me. It's just I just dismiss it, unfortunately.
Right.
You know,
because we're used to free to play, meaning like stuff that's not even going to be worth your time.
Yeah, I don't, and like, there's tons of great free-to-play games. Like, there are, like, there's good free-to-play games, especially games that focus on like cosmetic stuff, you know, and not pay to win. And that's a great way to make a free-to-play game.
That's exactly what they're doing with UT. For anybody who's interested in it right now, that's exactly what they're doing. It's all cosmetics and other stuff like that. No type of pay-to-win stuff going on with it. So if you wanted to just log in and just start, you know, join a match instantly and just start blowing each other away with whatever you could grab, you could absolutely do it. You don't have to pay anything to get in this. You don't have to buy any weapons or anything like that.
Yeah.
the ultimate experience in terms of UT. And I hope that does really get people hyped up because Doom looks like it's also going to be old school. You can't like hide behind a crate and just magically heal.
Yeah.
Which has always been weird.
It looked, I don't, you know, it's different when you're watching like gameplay on screen and not actually playing the game, but it seemed like when you were shooting somebody with a machine gun, like it really was like, man, those bullets are going into a human body. Like whenever you would shoot somebody, it looked like there would be deformation like on their body. Like if I, you know, shot you up the shoulder, like the blood would go, you know, there would be like skin chunks flying off of you. I don't know if they have like a new real-time gore system for just like standard body damage, but like, man, the bullet, like the damage was really meaty, and like it was more than just giving me a little X, you know, for when it was like, oh man, I'm pumping this mother full of lead, you know.
Yeah, and that's also with like when you get the chainsaw in Doom. I remember this specifically because that was like the big selling point for me. I was like, how far are they willing to push this game? Because when you start chainsawing dudes, I specifically watched to see if there were like different animations for every time you would chainsaw someone. And they do!
Yeah.
That is one of the coolest parts about it. They paid that much attention to detail and put that much gore and like old school chaos into this game that each time you chainsaw somebody, it's going to be different.
Yeah. Oh, there's pickups on the map that let you turn into demons. Like
that's awesome.
A short period of time. Like I think it gets you like 30 seconds of being a demon. Like, and you can just fucking like evolve, just like wreck people. Like it's like a kill streak basically. It spawns on the map, and you know you have to go pick it up. It's not like you killed 7 people, get it. But yeah, you turn into a demon, and you're just a badass for your team, and you rip people's heads off. There was one demon. He was kind of like a hunter from Left 4 Dead, but like what he did was he pounced, and he grabbed a guy mid-pounce. And through the pounce, he took the guy with him off this ledge onto a cliff. And when they landed in the cliff, the demon grabbed the guy's head and smashed it into the wall and then threw his body off the cliff. So, like, the demon, like, grabbed the cliff. Like, as he was approaching the cliff, he, like, grabbed it and then had the guy's head and he smashed it in. And then he threw the body and he was holding onto the cliff like that. And then he like jumped off and like went and attacked somebody. Oh, and there was sorry, keep going. And there was a gun that like it charged up. Going. It charged up only if you were moving around the map. Like you had to be walking. So
you actually have to be in motion for it to charge?
Yeah, it was something like that. You have to be in motion for it to it'll you know, Spartan laser type stuff to where the more you move, the more concentrated and powerful your beam is. And Michael Jones from Achievement Hunter, he kind of reminds me of Chad James, just like he's like any game he gets, he's like automatically focused, and he's like, oh, so like he got it, and like he was like, all right, I got this gun, and he ran around, and then like he just totally evaporated somebody. It was really fucking awesome. So, but yeah, I was like, Doom will be a great rental, but now it's like Doom is a revolution.
Yeah. I would welcome anything that's going to bring back, like, the old school type of shooter. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of you guys that are here live, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We're talking pre-Call of Duty, like, early 2000s kind of thing. Not quite Counter-Strike, because that's a bit different. We're talking about, like, the one shooter I always talk about that I know a lot of people didn't play was Darkwatch, and that came out on PS2 and Xbox. That was another great old school style shooter, and I think a lot of people miss that one, unfortunately. But like back in that day, because Doom 3 was a thing then, and the multiplayer with that really didn't go anywhere, unfortunately. So that was really disappointing, simply because Doom 3 was one hell of a game.
Yeah,
one awesome game. But the multiplayer, I mean, not much happened with it.
Scary as shit. That game is fucking terrifying. Like, I still can. Oh, I'm so scared. Like, still. It's just simple jump scares. Yeah, because I played it on Xbox growing up, and we didn't have the duct tape mod or anything. So.
Right, right, yeah.
Oh,
That was the thing on PC because when I first played it, I didn't play it with any mods either. I was at a
yeah,
friend's house and I had maybe partaken in a half a bottle of a certain type of alcohol. We'll just leave it at that.
yeah,
And I was like just drunk playing this game because was going on and on about how great it is. That damn game scared me sober.
yeah. They're crawling out from under the stairs and everything. Like, oh
Yeah,
my
it's just
gosh.
like you're just going along doing your own thing, and all of a sudden it's just like you hear a scream, especially if you're wearing headphones. You hear a scream and something's hitting you. You're like, wait, what?
Yeah,
Turn around, and there's just like something right in your face.
they made that game so doors are constantly opening behind you. Like I remember when you pick up the shotgun, the first thing that happens is a door opens behind you and some guy attacks you. It's like oh, I got the shotgun, and then it's like, oh my god, what the hell's hitting me? So
Yeah, that was beyond awesome. I mean, a lot of shooters. There's a lot of guys in the chat just naming off like all the shooters they loved from back in
yeah.
the day. But you know, that's exactly what we're talking about. Given that
My
kind
fear
of
is my fear is with a game like Doom, and they're gonna have customization options and like really funny taunts and stuff. The animations look fucking incredible. You can tell that they're gonna focus in on frame rate and animation quality and you know server side stuff. As far as they're gonna want that game to feel as solid as they can. But like we were talking about with Titanfall, like man. I think Counter-Strike survives without customization because of that community and the competitive scene. Like, do you think Doom survives past that 25, 30 hour mark without either of those? Like, if Doom doesn't have the customization or leveling to keep you going, which it probably won't because it's an arena shooter. You pick up all your shit on the map, you know what I mean? Like if that doesn't get picked up competitively and if the community like doesn't keep that going, like I don't know if that kind of shooter will last.
Yeah, I know
nowadays.
exactly where you're going with this, and it's an excellent question. The same question because I was singing the praises of the new Unreal Tournament, but then like I said a bit ago, no one really knows about this. I mean, I know there are people playing it right now, but I'm talking about en masse. The majority of people who are on Facebook and Twitter and all these places talking about video games, the majority of them know that you can go play Unreal Tournament for free? I would say they don't.
No, not at all.
And that's, to me, a huge disappointment. I think we're going to get the same thing with Doom, where at first it's a big name. A lot of people are going to go out and get it. That I'm certain. It's going to sell very well. But I think it's going to come down to a niche community simply because it doesn't have progression. It's probably not going to have a competitive scene. If it does, I'm going to be amazed.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to see that happen, but I just don't know if it will.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to become like another like niche game for like hardcore players who are going to know like the ins and outs and everything of that game.
Yeah. But I mean, like most gamers like need that stuff now. Like, you know, like that's what keeps you attached. You know,
Yeah.
That's what keeps you coming back. And like I think the gameplay for Titanfall was spectacular, but because of those issues, not for the time that someone would put into a Battlefield or a Call of Duty, because
Yeah.
I've gotten my character to this point. It's more about that rather than this is going to be an awesome experience.
Yeah, it's like progression and grinding is like the new black when it comes to shooters, which is so weird. I mean, when I think about it, because, I mean, we play these games and we don't really think about it, but when you sit down and you're like, well, what am I doing with this? It doesn't make a lot of sense. It doesn't to me, at least.
Yeah, I mean,
it's bizarre.
This sounds bad, but it goes to show, it's like, I think about this especially. Well, first, before I say this, like, the leveling system is what it was most. I would say a lot of the gamer crowd, and now everyone's a gamer now. No one really, no broad audience understood the allure of RPGs and leveling and assigning weapon slots and abilities to a character. until I would say Modern Warfare came out. And then like that was like, look at what people love about RPGs, but they said that to like 12 million people. You know what I mean? And so that like people go to Call of Duty and Battlefield, I think, for the RPG elements more than the shooting elements. They just don't really know it outside of the competitive scene, of course.
That is very interesting. I like the way you're thinking and going with that simply because you could almost argue that's one of the reasons why, even though a lot of people don't believe that Destiny is that great of a game, I'm one of the people who's not really impressed by Destiny all that much, but now the Division's come out, couldn't you argue that people are really enjoying the MMO aspect of a game, and they don't even realize that they're enjoying the MMO aspect?
Yeah, I mean, it's, we've like, people who have been playing RPGs for a really long time, or even games for a really long time, not even just our hardcore RPG lovers, like, we've been making creative classes for 30 years. Like, ever since you put a sword on A and a shield on B in Zelda, like, we've been doing that forever. But like now everyone experienced that, and I think that's why people stick to Call of Duty, because it's an endless RPG. It's not one that you start over. Well, you do Prestige, but it keeps going, and you're dominating other people and not just NPCs, so it's bigger. But yeah, with the Division and Destiny, like, developers are kind of taking that hook and just like pushing gamers a little bit further into the RPG realm, like just pushing them further and further. And I think that Destiny didn't know what it was until Taken King came out. I think the Division knows more what it wants to be.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I think Destiny invented an entire new kind of shooter that the Division was like, oh, great idea. Let's just do that from day one. And yeah, I think the loot-driven or shooter RPG is going to just keep blowing up and getting better. So
yeah, I think it just goes back to one very important fact that Cade in chat pointed to is we've been doing this for a very long time. Think all the way back to D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. A game I would imagine a lot of people who are probably playing Destiny or The Division, they probably wouldn't want to admit that they would be willing to play, simply because the kind of stigma that game has. But I think this goes down to the point where it proves that kind of gameplay style is never going to go out. It's never going to become unpopular. People to this very day are loving this kind of game, even if it's through a gun.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's the big thing I take away from all that discussion, that you may not realize that you're enjoying an RPG, and you may not realize you're enjoying something like Dungeons and Dragons, but you are.
Yeah.
And you think it's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Just going back to Modern Warfare, I don't even know how we got here anymore. It's just like kind of goes, oh yeah, we're talking about Doom. There we go. Yeah, just I remember when I found out you can prestige in Modern Warfare, and I was like, why the fuck would I want to start over? I just put 130 hours into getting to level 50, and I think you prestiged at 51. And my buddy was like, you get an emblem next to your name, and I was like, fuck you, man. That is so stupid. And then I did it, and I was like, oh, God.
And then you start racing to do it over and over and over until you have like a whole selection of gold-themed weapons that you can use. Yeah, it's never-ending.
Yeah, and it's might be the smartest video game implementation in the past 20 years, I'd say. I'd say it's more important. I'd say it's more important than motion controls, the ability to prestige in a shooter. Oh God,
the ability to grind. Grinding is, it's big. I mean, think of all the people who want 100% games, like, you know, completionist and other stuff like that. There is something with the human psyche where if you tell them that there is the ability to, you know, complete something to perfection, not everybody's going to do it, but I guarantee you there's going to be a small crowd of people who will not give up until they are certain they have perfected this, whatever they touch.
But remember, it's not, but most importantly, it's not grinding by running around in a field and waiting for a level 12 dragon to spawn. It is playing another badass 3 to 7 minute match against other live people with super fast load times in between matches and crazy perks and crazy shit happening all the time. Just like, just it was, man, say what you will about Call of Duty, if you love it or hate it, like, oh, so fucking genius. Like, you gotta applaud those guys. They were so smart.
I agree.
That was 2007 too. God damn it, that was a long time ago.
I still remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Still remember. Memories.
Yeah, I hope Doom is really fun. I hope I stick around for it for real. But yeah.
Yes. You need to play Doom. Okay, so everybody who's here, all like almost 24 people. Wow, that's crazy. So everybody who's here right now, just remember, when Doom comes out, everybody has to go on Twitter and yell at Bolin here until he gets Doom.
Yeah,
we can make this happen.
I might pick up Doom day one. We'll see how.
You will pick up Doom day one. We will do this, right, guys?
Man,
it will happen.
Did you play Wolfenstein: The New Order?
Yes.
Did you like that at all?
Absolutely. That was another perfect idea of, like, old school, well, I mean, it's got some new school elements, but, like, old school
It does, but it's
out.
very old school. That's, Wolfenstein, playing Wolfenstein The New Order has me super excited for the Doom campaign. Like, it's gonna be, and, like, Shadow Warrior, like, man, those are shooter campaigns that I can get behind again, you know? It's like,
yeah, I am all for it. I cannot wait to see what comes out, and I hope some other you know, companies out there take the idea of, like, let's bring, like, some old school nostalgia to, like, the shooter genre or any other genre you can think of. I love the idea of old school coming back. The
narratively driven first person shooter, like, you know, you hang your hat up on the BioShock games, like. You don't have to, or like Dishonored, like, you don't have to, like developers could be making games like that all the time. Like, we probably saw some burnout on those, you know, in the late 2000s, you know, like from 2007 to 2010, and like we kind of burn out on them. But like, it's all in cycles, man. Bring that shit back. I'm ready.
Damn straight. And you know, we're about ready to hit the 50-minute mark, so we are going to wrap this up. And this has been Super Reset Brothers. Again, for March 31st, I am Patrick Breeden.
I'm Sean.
That's just Sean. That's Sean the Madman. Sean Madman Bolin. See you next time, guys.
All right, bye-bye.
Ah, that was awesome. Such a good discussion that just came out of nowhere. So
yeah, just kind of... Yeah, that was very organic. I didn't even know where we were going or how we got there, but we did. So,
yeah, that's the part that just made me the happiest. I'm like, such a good conversation, just out of nowhere. Love it. So while Sean is here, and we still have him trapped in a box, this box right here. Why don't if anybody has any questions, maybe if you want to know a little more about AVGN2, you want to ask real quick, and then you never get another chance. This is it.
About anything.
It's over. Ask him what his favorite cereal is.
Nah, you can just watch the #1 show.
Is that a plug? Is that a plug?
That is a plug. Please watch #1 show.
Please watch #1 show, and please, like, share this show with other people. Because I know there's not nearly as many of you guys until I pull Sean out, and then we make him dance we make him dance. Hashtag Madman. It's already starting.
Uh-oh.
Sean Madman Bowen. I can't help it because I was thinking of Sean. What do they call him? It used to be Mad Dog, but now they call him Sean Mad Dad Chatfield from Mega 64.
Yeah, Mad Dog Chatfield, yeah.
And I was like, you know what? It'll be perfect.
Yeah.
Shadow Blade 22747 dance. Nope. Sorry. We're all out of dance. You showed up late. You showed up late. Keep bowling. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. It's getting late, and we're gonna bowling on out of here.
Cool.
What?
Man, it was fun. Anytime you need me and I'm not dead, I'll totally be down. So
Sweet. How often are you dead?
Let's see how much video games I play coming up this month.
That's a lot.
Hit me up sometime next month for real, and I'll definitely be back on.
Sweet. So this will probably end up being a thing. Like you were on last month too, so it's going to be like a monthly thing where we just drag Sean on here and just have him talk about the weirdest shit we can think of.
That's great, man. Anything I can do to grow the show and have good conversations.
Absolutely. Well, guys, that's been whatever of the after party we have. I don't have Tanner to edit this for me this week, so I have to do the editing. So we're bowing out. Have a good night, guys.
All right, bye-bye.